name's Jamie. I live in Saudi Arabia and I have a makeup collection that just keeps getting larger, and today it did. Today what I'm going to be talking about is I am going to be talking about the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. This is beautiful. And I was super lucky to get it on sale for Black Friday for, I believe, 16 British pounds. I'm not sure how much that is. And, you know, for an indie brand to come out with something this well conceptualized, ship it to me in Saudi Arabia in like relatively no time is just like, thank you. I love you. I'll buy more. Whatever you come out with, I'll probably buy it soon. So they have two palettes available on their website right now. I'm not sure if this one is still available. They have the kind of pinky palette, pinky yellowy something palette. I want to say it's the Royal Rose palette, and then the Serenity palette. This definitely drew my attention initially, and it was by far the palette that I was more interested in. So I went ahead and got it. It has been sold out forever. And I actually messaged the brand. They got back to me right away, and I was like, hey, when are you gonna have this? when are due? And they said, yep, Black Friday, go for it, and it'll be on sale. And it was. Great experience, 10 out of 10. Yes. Weird thing that happened to me today. I did place an order also on Black Friday. To be perfect, I got 5 brushes and I may use them today. They're really beautiful. They're very like nicely weighted as well, and just good quality. I was really interested in this particular brush because of its cut creasing abilities. So yes, and I got a blending brush, a packing brush, and then I got 2 of these like cut creasy type brushes. So 2 like different types of blending brushes, a packing brush, and then these 2. So I also had ordered the Interstellar palette, but this is what showed up. This is not what I ordered. No, I sent a message to Be Perfect, and this whole order didn't have any tracking information until it showed up today. So this is what I'm talking about with shipping to the Middle East. It's bananas, like all the time. So yeah, I did not order this palette. I messaged Be Perfect. I'm waiting to get a response back. This just happened today, so you know, it's not like it's going to be resolved immediately, but yeah. So I guess I have a Carnival XL Remastered palette. I also have the Carnival All-Stars palette. Why do I have these palettes? So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's pretty. It's really nice. I don't want it. Like, I like it, but I didn't order it in the first place for a reason. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure Be Perfect will resolve this quickly, but yeah, weird. So getting back to the Serenity palette, I'm really lucky today in that I was gonna have to like try to dim this down a little bit look-wise in order to like not look crazy for a job interview, but it rained all last night in Saudi Arabia, and the arenas are probably like underwater, and yeah, so they rescheduled. I'm not really that mad about it. Oops. So I get to kind of do what I want today, which is fun. This is a really beautiful palette. I have played with it one time before, but it wasn't like anything to write home about, to be honest. And yeah, so let's get into swatches. My hands are clean. My hands are clean for now. And I'm gonna try to swatch. I'm really bad at swatches, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you'd have to deal with this. I'm going into Opal. Ooh, this is a very pretty iridescent shade. I need to organize myself and I can't. Which is a very opal iridescent shade. Very nice. I'm gonna go down. The next one is Odyssey. Gold. This is Awake, a really pretty lavender matte. This is just from my hair tie. The next one is Wanderer. Okay, next up is Pixie. River. And this is a duochrome. This is Ether. A very purple blue duochrome. Sorbet, lime green, really cute. Forest, ooh. So sorbet, forest. Moss. Make a wish. It's just a very light purple. Not trying to swatch it badly, it just, you know. Next up is Earth. This is very just normal brown. Sitting here literally swatching one palette and another one just came. And this time I didn't call the delivery driver a dog. I definitely have had this guy deliver me things before and I was not nice. Oops. Well, oops, but also don't be dumb. I'm sure this brown color goes on the eye better than I'm swatching it. Next up is Spring. Oh, that's really soft. Lagoon. Pretty, a little bit drier. Echo. Ugh. Echo. This is nice. So this looks like an interesting addition to a palette that I'm not sure it needs to be here, but I don't know. This is Oasis. Maybe for contrast, I don't know. Serenity, the palette's namesake. I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand because I can. That's pretty. Mood. And last one is just a black mystical. Okay, so 20 shades, 16 British pounds. Pretty good. I did use this palette yesterday. It performed great. So spoiler alert, I do like this palette, but look how messy my arm is, God. Without further ado, let's get into using the palette. Now I'm gonna do a voiceover. Yes, I did in fact do a voiceover. So first I'm going into the black mystical and I'm just packing it on my outer corner, kind of in a wing shape. The huge. Do I ever do anything different? Not really. I will say if we're like really splitting hairs here, the black is a bit dry, just a little bit. Next up, what am I doing? I'm going into the shade Forest, and I'm just kind of putting that on the seam between my eye and the black and just kind of blending out that shade. The usual, as usual, always usual. And actually, this is a very creamy, workable matte. I really liked this matte. It blended softly and didn't like everywhere, which I really appreciate, especially in something that tone. It can kind of feel like it can go everywhere. It was very controlled, very easy to work with, really nice shade. I think part of the reason that the look felt so controlled and so easy was also due to the Be Perfect brushes that I was using. For this, I was using the BPE08, and it really like fit in my eye very nicely, unlike some big fluffier blending brushes. It smoothed everything out really nicely. With that brush, I went into Spring and kind of just blended everything out again. Again, it was really feeling controlled, easy, not like the pigment was going everywhere. And I would really attribute that to the Be Perfect brushes as well. They're super nice. I'm very impressed with them so far. Next, I go into the lime green shade Sorbet, and I am just kind of blending out into a wing. And again, this could go disastrously wrong, but it super doesn't because the mattes are great quality and the brushes are really nice to work with. So next I'm going to show you the brush that I'm using. It's a BPD03, and I'm using this just to put down my cut crease. So I've been using a Morphe brush that is fine. It's been doing fine. It's just that like I need to be able to wash that brush because I saw this TikTok that horrifies me to the core about how much bacteria is actually on those brushes. So yeah, I thought to myself, I really need another cut crease brush or two. And to be honest, I'm thinking about buying even more just to include in my kit because this made it dead easy. It's a big brush which covers a lot of surface area, and like it's not that cut creases take super long for me either, it's just that this also went super fast. So yeah, I was kind of able to pat it out using the brush as well. I really like the fibers of the brush and it was just really easy to work with. Next, I'm going into the shade Awake, and I'm just packing that on the empty space where I cut my crease. And I could have left this look matte and been totally happy, honestly, but I did want to use the shimmer, so I wanted to put that shade down as sort of a base for the shimmer to shim onto and see what colors would come out of that. So I'm putting down the shade Opal in the inner corner and over that shade Awake, and it does kind of wake it all up, and this turns out more blue than I would have thought too. Like I kind of wanted to aim more for a purple, but it leaned more towards the blue teal, which is fine. It turns out pretty anyway. I used this shade as well yesterday and it kind of, again, leaned more towards blue, but I was just going to see if it could shift into sort of a different color, but you know, we'll see. There's probably a purple look left in me right now. I'll mention quickly as well that I'm using the BPE01 and it's fine. It's a packer brush, nothing to write home about, not rocket science, you know? Then I just go back in with Mystical and kind of darken up my outer corners again, bring back a little bit of the depth to the look, and later I'll be going in with more eyeliner and kind of cutting that out a bit. So yeah, again, it's fine. The black is fine. It's not my favorite black. All right, so here's where I'm at with the look. I'm just gonna kind of put on some finishing touches and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So I've just swept the black or the shade Mystical on my lower lash line, and I'm just gonna follow up with what's left on my Be Perfect brush. It should be a combination of all those greens. I'm not really gonna do anything super crazy, and I'm just gonna kind of run that back and forth a little bit. I think I am gonna pack that shade Awake, this one, on kind of my lower lash line a little bit, more towards the inner corner. So heads up, my boss slash my curriculum director definitely just saw me like this. Great. All right, so this is the finished look. I love it. Love it. The palette performed amazing, and you know, it was just fun to kind of flex it and stretch it a little bit, see what it can do, and I think it held up really well to what I was asking of it. And actually, I'm gonna do one more thing fun. I'm gonna go back into Opal, and I'm gonna put some of that on my brow bone because I can, because I'm right here doing it. By my assessment, this is a high quality indie palette for not a whole lot of money, and I would buy this full price maybe 2 or 3 times over. I think it's very good. It's a very, very high quality palette. I really enjoy working with it. I think the color story is beautiful. It has a couple of duochromes in it, and it's just affordable and nice. I should also mention that these Be Perfect brushes, including the cut crease one, function spectacularly. So if they ever have sale on those, I'm gonna get more. Yes. I've had my eye on this palette for quite a while, so I'm curious to see what the brand will do next, and I'm here for it. So thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.